Buddhism is a world religion founded by the Buddha in ancient India. Buddhists seek wisdom, meaning, inner peace, and freedom from greed, hatred, and ignorance. Mutually sustaining life, a Buddhist call to a troubled world.
People can get rid of mistaken views and resulting worldly passions by careful and patient observation of the mind.
Needless to say, a program like ours holds little value without viewers to watch it. So, we are especially grateful that you have joined us today to give value to what we do. We are very fortunate today to have as our guest Bhikkhu Sumanasara, whose name means pleasant mind. Venerable Sumanasara belongs to the Theravada school, which is found mainly in Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Venerable Sumanasara was born in Sri Lanka and was ordained as a novice monk at the age of 14. So he has been a bhikkhu for 46 years. Well, Venerable Sumanasara, thank you very much
Thank you for inviting
being
me.
With us.
It's a very great pleasure that we can have a talk like this.
Pleasure is ours. Bhikkhu Sumanasara. Bhikkhu means, refers to monks, but literally doesn't it mean beggar? And isn't it a little pejorative?
Of course. Literally it means beggar, maybe pejorative term. But Buddha meant that people who don't possess anything, don't get attached to anything. That means absolutely free people. So with that aim, he purposely used this word for us, for his disciples, bhikkhu.
So if you don't have possessions, you're free. Free to go anywhere.
Free.
And you don't have to worry about possession and guarding them.
Yes.
I think I understand that.
Thank you.
Now, you've been a novice monk since age 14, and that's very young to be a monk. But can you tell us a little bit about your motivation for becoming a monk or novice monk?
In my country, becoming a monk is not a big problem because it's a very natural process. From our earliest period, about 3 years, 4 years, our parents taught us about the basic principles of Buddhism. For example, when we play with the other animals, cats and ants like that, she get very angry, and he said every life is equal. And don't harm anybody. It is same as you, like that. So when I quarrel with my brother, and he said, don't get sticky to things. Keep it, let it go away. So like that. Then when I question about our life, he said that life is meaningless, and just people study and do a job and grow old and die. Then once again, when I asked what is the meaning of life, that there's no meaning, but you have to make it meaningful.
So one of your motivations had to do with seeking a meaning in life for you.
Yes, maybe.
And then in Sri Lanka, at a young age, parents teach you to respect all life, including cats and dogs.
Entire life. Even ants, I couldn't...
Even ants?
I couldn't even allowed to press an ant.
So Venerable, our program right now has to do with dukkha or suffering. And so what kind of dukkha or suffering do you feel most of your followers or students feel?
So when I talk with the people, I found that many people complain about some type of fear. So they say they feel fear without any reason. So when I ask them further, they say that they are fear of their job, their family, and their health, and the people are fearing their death, so many things. And even the younger people also, they feel very strongly, they feel unsatisfied. They are not satisfied as the things going on. So it becomes very mental torture for them. So that's why people come to me and ask for help. And they can find out what it is.
They don't know the reason.
Yeah, they don't know the reason, the real reason. Because they are very intelligent. They know that they cannot avoid it. They cannot avoid their problems of the job. They cannot avoid the problems of the family.
Okay.
But they are not ready to face it.
Yeah. So what is your solution? What do you teach them?
So the solution is that we have a lot of imaginations and daydreaming and a lot of functions in the mind, everything unnecessary.
Kind of obsessive thinking?
Obsessive thinking and aimless thinking, purposeless. Just mind is turning endlessly. So our mind is full of these unnecessary loops of thought patterns, thought cycles.
Stuck and attached.
So they can stop that pattern. So they don't have time to face the life.
I see.
All the energy is gone down.
Going that way.
So it's a sheer wastage of time. And the real solution is very simple. We cut all these loops of the mind.
Cut the loops of the mind.
All the loops of the mind.
How do you do that?
So that is what Vipassana is for.
Okay.
So Vipassana, the meditation I introduce is called Vipassana. That means observation. So we observe our mind and cut all the loops. So the point is like this: we face at the right moment and stop other thinking. So the simple practice, should I explain it also?
Yeah, please.
The simple way of practice, for example, here we can imagine there's a glass of water. I want to drink it. So I slowly move my hand without thinking. To stop thinking, I have to mentally note every minute action of the hand. So I said, raising, what is it called? Not raising. I said, stretching, touching, feeling of touch, racing, like that. So you feel the touch of your lips and you take one gulp and drinking, returning.
So it sounds like is this mindfulness?
It is called mindfulness.
And really concentrating on what's now in front of you?
In front of you.
Yeah.
At this right moment.
At this moment, yeah.
So that is very simple.
Then you don't think about other obsessive thoughts.
We purposely cut all other unnecessary thoughts.
And you have to train your mind for that. And
you
that's
have
Vipassana.
To train it. Yeah.
Okay.
When we train this, we can think properly with an aim.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of energy then, reserved for the life.
You mentioned Vipassana, and there are different forms of Vipassana, and one of them that is walking Vipassana or meditation, which anyone can do. Can you please show us how to do that?
Yes, it's a great pleasure.
Okay.
I will explain.
Good.
So I'm going to introduce you one aspect of Vipassana meditation. We call it walking meditation. One has to practice this at least 1 hour a day. Within 2 weeks, I think you can enjoy happiness of your mind and calmness of your mind. So when we practice this meditation, first we have to straighten our back. And the way you straighten your back is you have to move your body in 1 millimeter, and not fast, very slowly, and you have to tell yourself stretching, something like that. So you talk this word in your mind without moving even your lips. So when you after you have straightened your back, then it is better to keep the hands folded like this or on the back. Then afterward, without moving the body, we move only the leg, only the foot, and we say right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Stop. Turning, turning. Right, turning, left. Turning right, turning left. Stop. Walking. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Right, racing, moving, pressing. Left, racing, moving, pressing. Stopping. Turning. Left, turning. Right, turning. Left, turning. Right, turning. Like that. We have to practice this about at least 1 hour or 30 minutes may be also all right. For example, if you walk 1 hour, you may feel that walking slowly is a little bit boring. Then you can walk a little bit faster, like this. Repeating the words in your mind, you can walk like this. For example, if you feel that walking very fast, you can say right moving, left moving, right moving, left moving, right moving, stopping. Left, right, left, right. Left moving, right moving, left moving, right moving, left moving, like that. So I think you can practice this very simple method, but it is simple, but the effect is very great. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was very nice. Thank you so much for showing us the walking vipassana. As the Venerable said, meditation helps us realize a sense of calm and clarity. As you saw, these practices can be carried out by anyone and at any time. We hope that you can apply even a tiny bit of what the Venerable has demonstrated today. In our next show, we will continue with our discussion on the first mark of existence and how to turn suffering into a resource for living a fuller and deeper life.
We at Bukkyo Dendo Kyokai pursue peace and happiness for people around the world. We have published the Buddhist teachings into 41 languages and donated our publication to hotels and other facilities in 55 countries. We would like to share the Buddhist teachings with people around the world. That's our mission. Visit our website for more information.